How you doing? Is everyone all right?
Yeah, sweet Joe.
We're going to be talking, obviously, about transfers. The main question is, are you happy? The lack of transfers. Are you happy with the transfers? What do you want to see happen in the next couple of weeks? And the big players that you want to see coming to Old Trafford. It's been a sort of topsy-turvy transfer window. We thought at the beginning things were going to be working well for us. As you can imagine, we had early signings, but now things have slowed down. Stalemate. What's your opinion, Webby?
I think that personally that he's got to have something lined up, because obviously what was his 15, 16, 17, 18 points behind City. If we don't buy, that could turn into 30, and it's the other teams around us that have strengthened. Look at Liverpool, Spurs will strengthen. Well, Spurs had for me, Spurs had one of the best squads in the Premiership last year. No, they never won anything, but I think personally he's got a couple of things lined up. I hope he has. I hope I'm right. He's got to do. I know he got the 3 in. Obviously, the keeper from Stoke, the young Portuguese lad, and the Brazilian kid.
I wouldn't like to see a last-minute Berbatov episode, though.
Where you're spending a lot of money from.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Berbatov, I'd say Fellaini.
Well, just to play catch up. I mean, it's like Webby said, other clubs Liverpool have spent brilliantly.
Yeah.
But we'll
it's all different. We're going to go to the phone lines. Who have we got on line 1? Hello.
Hello.
Oh, how you doing, mate? What's your name, sorry?
My name's Chris.
Chris, we're having a problem with the naming system for tonight's show. So if you say your name, Chris, how you doing, mate? You're with Webby and Sam. What do you want to talk about?
Just transfers, really. I think we need to sort out the back four. I think we're good in every area, but the back four really needs looking at.
What part of the back four, Chris?
I think we definitely need a centre-back. I think we need a right-back up for Valencia, because he's getting on a bit, so he's probably going to slow down a bit. And I like Shaw personally, but I don't think Mourinho's definite on him. So I'd like to see us get a left-back in.
Anybody in particular, Chris? Have you seen anybody at the World Cup that you might think about that nobody else knows about?
Well, I thought Danny Rose did all right, but I don't know whether he could do it week in, week out for us.
So we could have Rose and Fred in your...
Rose and Fred, let's not go down that way. Well, let's talk about...
No, he's spotting what he's saying. Well, we actually need a centre-half what's not made of glass.
I quite liked Maguire at the World Cup. I thought he did.
He did all right, but I'm sorry to interrupt, Chris, but with Manchester United Football Club, we've got to be a lot bigger and better than Maguire. Now, the kid who stood out.
We do have Phil Jones and Chris Smalling.
Yeah, but the kid who stood out for me was a kid from Uruguay, Atletico Madrid. The kid who plays for Atletico Madrid.
He stood out for you.
Yeah, he's got a year left of his contract at Madrid. He's a £15 million buyout clause. Absolute superb. He's 32, 33. I'd get him all day long, but the kid from Tottenham won't go away. Altavedra won't go away. That seems to be moving.
I think it'd be a good signing. To be honest, as long as we ain't got Jones or Smalling coming in, we'll be all right.
Indeed. What do you think about the Jones and Smalling situation then, Webby? Where's their place currently at Manchester United?
Well, self-serving pies.
Self-serving pies.
No, at the end of the day, they've stuck. Don't get me wrong. More Jones has started off the season well, but you can't trust him. He's got a mistake in him or an injury. Smalling for me sometimes looks like a rabbit in headlights. Yeah. They've had 6 years at United now. Now the manager of England got it right with Smalling. You're not good enough. You're not coming to the World Cup. You're not good enough. There you go.
Gaz and Jamie, stay there, Gaz. We'll speak to Jamie now. Jamie, you're on the Full-Time Devils Takeover. What do you want to say to Sam and Webby?
Hi, mate, you alright?
Alright, yes.
Yeah, I just think this season, I see that Sanchez has been granted his visa. We just need to stick together. As you all know, I'm a big Mourinho fan. We need to stick together in the first few games of the season. City have got a very, very good start, so more than likely they will basically go, and charge forward to the start of the season. But we can't be shouting at each other and turning against the manager and turning against the players. Let's stick together and see where we are in February next year. After hopefully we've got through the first groups, the first knockouts in the Champions League, unlike last year, and then we can assess the situation.
Good mentality to have that, Sam. Do you agree with Jamie?
Yeah, well,
and Smalling out.
Smalling out. I mean, final one there from Jamie. Gaz, I know you're on the phone. Stay with us. We're just getting your opinion soon. Sam, would you agree with that mentality? The mentality that, you've got to be positive going into the new season. Some United fans aren't positive going into the new season.
I mean, we're always positive, aren't we, going into the season? But it's exactly like you said. I think it was City's first 7 matches I looked at, and I'd be very surprised if they didn't get 21 points. So other teams like United, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, even up to the extent of Arsenal's, we don't want to be playing catch up.
No, we don't. Let's go to Gaz. Gaz, you okay, mate?
How are you? All right?
Yes, I'm very good, Gaz. What do you want to say today, Gaz?
One of them ones. I just logged on a minute ago and I saw everyone was saying about signing Harry Maguire. Had a good World Cup, but he's not a United player. You look at players down the years we've had. Great centre halves: Jaap Stam, Rio, Bruce, Pallister,
Martin Buchan.
It's one of them ones, isn't it? But I wouldn't know who I prefer in his place. We do need a shorter defence. And it's just one of them ones, we look half decent going forward, but when it comes to the back, we look like other teams. We haven't got the centre half.
So I know what you're saying about that, but I had an argument the other day about we had the best defensive record in the Premiership last year. We didn't score enough goals, that's why we never won the league. But if you look at it though, our defensive record was mainly for one person, Spanish Steve.
Yeah.
Without him, you know what I mean? And it also massively, Sam, it makes the defenders look better for some reason. They're getting, and it's the keeper who's doing it.
Clean sheets, breeds confidence, don't they?
How many times do you hear, if De Gea wasn't there, he wins us
20 points.
Yeah, but it's true. Exactly. It's true, isn't it, Gaz? It is true, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So these players are getting away with it in my eyes a bit. That's why, like what you just said about your name, those centre halves, Jaap Stam, what a player. Martin Buchan, what's a player?
I mean, I've said it for the last 5 years since Fergie. And all we've done is paper over cracks. Yeah. Whichever manager we've got, whether it was Moyes, Van Gaal, or Mourinho, we've just papered over cracks.
Where would you lads fancy something in? Just centre half or
no.
We actually
need 6.
We actually
6 decent players. Right?
6 decent players.
Yeah. I don't think we need that many, Sam. We do need someone to we do need a right-sided player all day long.
We need 2.
How many in the comment section players do we need number-wise to make United the team that can win the Premier League next season? Let us know.
Think about backup player as well.
Now. It's too
Never
late
too
now,
late.
Obviously, this is. Let me finish. Ronaldo's gone to Turin, 105 million. Why didn't we look at that seriously?
Personally, mate, it's all about opinions. I didn't want him.
Would you want him, Webby?
Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years ago. For that price money.
He hawks himself every season to try and, he uses us every season to, keep
it. Not such a much. Him as well, some players.
They all do, don't they? But Ronnie did it every season in my eyes.
Get your phone calls in now, 0345 111 7625. You'll speak to the producer, James, and we're having a bit of a naming issue at the minute, trying to get you through. So I can say that the number that ends in 714, you're next on the Full-Time Devils Takeover.
My number.
Good evening, mate. Can you hear us? Hello, yes. What's your name, mate?
My name's Callum.
How you doing, Callum? You okay,
Callum,
mate?
Don't sound so scared.
Don't sound so scared, Callum. You're on a Full-Time Devils Takeover, mate. What do you want to say?
I just think if we want to make any progress this season, we need to sign 3 players. That's a centre-back, a right-back, and a backup striker for Ron. Because I think Rashford's going to end up on the left.
No wide man.
We need a right man, Callum, we need a right-sided.
We need a right-sided player, not playing on the left and coming across. We actually need a right-sided player, in my opinion, Cal. Somebody that can cross the ball.
Who do you think we should bring in? And give us some names. Obviously, what we could buy.
I'd like to know the striker name as well. Yes, someone who plays Romelu. You got anyone in mind that you've seen, Callum, and you think, do you know what? He'd be a good fit for United.
You're going to think I'm stupid to this.
Go on,
someone in the similar line of Jamie Vardy. Someone who's a backup striker, not starting quality anymore. Jamie Vardy's got pace, but I do think
he's fit for Leicester starting, but United won't start.
Do you think he'd come to be the second backup striker? Because obviously he turned Arsenal down 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago, though, wasn't it? And
that's what you've got to remember now. If when you're buying a backup striker,
he's got to be happy.
He's got to be happy.
Like Sergio, the goalkeeper,
to sit on the bench.
Yeah. Do you think Vardy would be, Callum, if someone, he's coming to the end of his, not the end of his career, but the peak is sort of dropping off a bit. He's not going to be, a Leicester, they were that force. They're not anymore. If he gets the knock on the door, like Mahrez did with, obviously, the ones across the road, he might just do that, Callum.
I think he would, because obviously Manchester United is just
biggest club in the world.
Biggest club in the world.
Who's going to turn down Man United?
Exactly. Great attitude. Who's going to do that, Callum? Callum, anyone interested in the backs? As you mentioned, we need 3 players. Who do you think we should sign him?
I definitely love someone like Alexandro. Even though he's a left back, we could play him on the right. I don't see why not. And he's just a perfect replacement for Valencia. But also someone like Varane in centre back.
Yeah. You're talking Varane. Yeah, you're talking too much money. I'd love him all day long, but
all day.
Didn't we choose Phil Jones over Varane?
No, please, let's not bring that up. Let's go to our next caller, Tom. You okay, Tom? Cheers for that, Callum, by the way. Great caller, mate. Make sure you give us a call back as well. Tom, how you doing, mate? Hello, Tom.
Right.
Yeah, good, mate, Tom.
Mate.
How you doing, boys? Yeah. So,
yeah, sweet Tom.
Talking about the transfers there, everyone's talking about who's coming in. But let's be honest with ourselves right now. Who's going out the door?
That is a good question.
Well, it looks like Damian's nearly done, doesn't it?
In your eyes, who would you want to go? Just your opinion.
In my opinion, here are the facts, right?
Right.
We've got people saying we need to strengthen our back four, which is right.
Yeah.
Our forward line, we've got Lukaku, Sanchez, Pogba, Martial, Rashford. All of them are fine. If you can't work with them group of players, you're in trouble. So let's go to the defence. I counted the other day, 13 defenders for 4 starting positions. 14.
Right, get rid of 4 and bring 4 in.
Which 4 get the chop, Tom?
Look, lads, we need to have a clear out. And sometimes, people say, "Oh, Pep went and done it at City," but the luxury that Pep had at City was when he took over from City. A lot of them players, the contracts were running out anyway.
So give us 4 players out of the 14 that you'd get rid of. And bring 4 in.
I'd get rid of Damian. I'd get rid of one of Dumb and Dumber, Phil Jones.
Wait, who's your first one? Sorry, Tom. Who was your first one?
Damian,
yeah. One of Dumb and Dumber.
I'd get. Do you know who else I'd get rid of? And it might divide opinion. I'd get rid of Luke Shaw.
I was just going to say, would you leave Arbuckle there?
I'd get rid of Luke Shaw because there's all this talk about him fighting for his place and all that. But what's he been doing for the last 2 years?
Recovering from a very, very bad injury.
It was a bad injury.
He had a bad injury, yeah.
He doesn't do himself no favours every time he gets pictured. He's eating.
Yeah, everyone says he looks a bit overweight. Tom, thank you very much for your call, mate.
Tom.
It's interesting. We are going to go to Cam in a minute. We know what Cam's opinions is. Cam, stay there. We will come to you in a second. We know what his opinion is on Mourinho. Mourinho's been saying some stuff today about World Cup players that might not make the starting game on the Friday. Now, what have we all made of that? Is he just saying it to cause a bit of stir in the media, or is he coming out here and saying, the players that made it to the quarters, semis, finals, etc., the likes of Pogba, Lingard, etc., good key players for Manchester United, are we just expecting them not to feature in the first game?
Well, I read it was 12 players. I read it was everybody who went to the World Cup. You lads are saying it's lads who came out in the first group stage. Yeah. So we should have 3.
So you're looking at the players he's on about who's not going to be playing against Leicester. Let me tell you that Big Paul, Rashford, maybe Jones if he's still at the club. Jesse will be on the bench for that Leicester. And they actually start back training the week before the game.
Yeah.
So when they go away, Sam, naturally they keep fit. You'll see probably.
I mean, we all know they do a 3-week holiday, but everybody knows Mourinho, don't they? Is it about? It's like Joe said. Is it just to wind people up? Yeah. Or is it all about him again?
Would you be surprised to see Lingard on starting if he's giving all this? I wouldn't be surprised if he was just having us on, making people think.
I don't think.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he did it.
Let's go to Cam on the phone, mate. You okay, mate?
How you doing, lads? You alright?
Yeah, very good, Cam. What do you want to say today, mate, on the full-time Devils takeover, Sam and Webby?
It's getting a bit worrying, lads, because I know you're saying we signed 3 players, but realistically we've only signed 1 because the keeper don't mean nothing.
And the other 2 were injured.
Pardon?
And the other 2 were injured.
Yeah, I'm saying, Fred's really our only realistic signing, yeah? The other one's the season after, yeah? We need players to jump straight in there and get going, and we're not doing nothing, and it doesn't seem like we're doing nothing, and we've had too many seasons where it comes to September and they're saying, yeah, we wanted this guy, we wanted that guy, blah, blah, blah. It's not good enough. Mourinho's saying he gave a list to that Woodward. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with that list, whether he's making paper aeroplanes or whatever he's doing, and then yesterday, you hear Mourinho's press conference, and it's the same old normal stuff. Oh, this ain't fair to us, that's not fair to us. It's just like he's getting ready to make excuses.
Yeah, and I also want to point something out, as well as City strengthening, and we are obviously chasing City. We want to make sure we're top of the Premier League coming in the next season. It's going to happen, but we've also got to keep an eye on making sure we don't let other teams get above us. Liverpool have done some key signings over the last couple of days, and some signings that make them better. Why are we letting them get ahead of us? Isn't it time to put their hand in the pocket?
They've got to have something up the sleeve. They've got to do something. They've definitely got to have 2. No, listen, I don't want anyone, these worldies. I want someone who's going to make my team better, whether he costs 5 million or 35 or 40.
So long as he plays for the shirt and he gives his all, you can't ask 100%. For it. You can't ask for any more. But I can tell you this much: if he doesn't do anything by the end of August, when the transfer deadline's over, and we're playing catch up November, he'll be gone by Christmas. 100% in my eyes.
Webby?
Yeah, no, you're right. Obviously, I think there's something in the pipeline, 2, maybe 3. Obviously, they're haggling over money, but money should be no option for Manchester United Football Club. We're the richest club in the world. We can outbid anybody. Forget City and all the oil money they've got. We can outbid anyone. It's about time now. But the Glazers happy, or the owners, or whoever's the powers, what may be, are happy with us just getting into the Champions League. Now, as a fan, we're not.
No,
we want to be chasing. They are, because. And it's all wrong, we've won the title 20 times. We want that 21st.
Correct.
We want to get further and further away from
your bread and butter is always
the title, and whatever you get in the cup games, it's a bonus.
Bonuses.
The league all day long, and last year proved it. The league was over for me at Christmas. Once we drew those 3 games and City won the 3, it was good night. And at the end of the day, it was embarrassing for United fans. And when we went there and we beat them 3-2, people were getting dead excited. It was still a joke. You know what I mean? We needed snookers. We needed Ray Reardon and Steve Davis to come on and get a few points, because that's how much it was. Obviously, we won the game, but if you look at that game, we had 10-minute spell in the second half and scored 3 goals. City should have been out of shot 4-5-0 at half time. Now that's a gap we've got to close, and it's got to be done by getting proper players into the football club. Will it happen? It better happen.
Better happen. Cam, what do you make of the stuff going out? Mourinho saying, maybe the players at the World Cup, the latest stage of the World Cup, won't be featured in United's starting 11. What do you think of that?
Well, obviously it's understandable, isn't it? Because if they're not coming back to pre-season for another 2-3 weeks, then you can understand what he's saying. And obviously I don't like Mourinho, but I'm not holding all the... I think this is something to do with Woodward, because I was watching an interview with him, but he was talking about Perisic for Inter Milan, Croatia. He goes, I wanted him. He goes, I wanted him. He wanted to come. And he goes, I don't know why he didn't come.
I know why he didn't come, because you wouldn't pay the extra 5 million what Inter Milan wanted. That's why Woodward. Clown. He's got the clown mask. He's got the clown in again.
Doesn't like him. Cam, thank you very much for your call. I know there's a gentleman on the line who's been on the line for about 10 minutes. I apologise. We only know that your number ends in 538. Hello, mate. You okay?
It's not the clown.
Hello,
538.
Do you know what? Sorry about that, mate. Just a bit of naming issues here on the old little device that we use to get you on. You don't really care, do you? What's your name, mate?
I'm Tom, mate.
Tom again.
What do you want to speak? It's Woodward. Webby, stop talking rubbish. What do you want to say, Tom?
Well, I personally believe that we need defensive options more than we need attacking options. And there's only one defender I really want at Man United, and I'm crying out for him. I've been crying out for years. I want Bonucci at Man United.
And Bonucci, and how much are you spending on Bonucci?
Does it matter? Does it matter?
Does it matter? Yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Why am I asking it?
How much he cost?
Well, I'd probably spend about 40 to 45 million on him because, listen, and I've been saying this for 5 years. I was in primary school when I started saying this. We need...
Are you old on the radio?
Are you old enough?
You got your parents' permission? Oh, on YouTube, it don't matter. We need what? Sorry, Tom.
I'm 16 now. Just left school.
Hey,
good man, Tom. Good man, Tom.
Life begins now, Tom, for you.
You can get on the bandit bus now.
Don't stay away from the bandit bus, Tom. I've lost track. You've been saying it for a while. Then, do you think he's on United's radar?
Well, not Bonucci in particular. I mean a big, experienced centre-half, a loud, big centre-half that's proved it at a big club. Like,
and they're available, Tom.
What about the kid I mentioned before, Tom, from Atletico Madrid who plays for Uruguay? Is it God?
Who's that? Jimenez?
No, it's Golding. He's got 1 year left of his contract. He's got a buyout clause of 15 million. He's an absolute great defender and a warrior. And believe you me, he's not made of glass like some of the clowns we've got at Old Trafford.
And what's his age?
Doesn't matter what age he's, Sam. Is he 32, 33? He was brilliant in the World Cup, Sam. 15 million quid.
Do we need the end of it?
It'd be an old defence then with young.
Do you know what I mean? We don't need.
Yeah, but if you look at him, if he's fit enough.
I don't watch the reserves. Who's coming through?
I can't quite tell you someone from the reserves. I don't feel like anyone from the reserves will be at the quality enough to step up to make United win the Premier League this season. That's what I can tell you. But I feel like, maybe we need to listen to Tom Woodward, if you're out there, and put
Come on, Eddie, listen.
Tom, is there anyone else that you want United to buy?
Yeah, actually, there is something else I wanted to say, and I know I said this before, and I know this is going to be controversial, but
we love it, right?
Go on,
everyone take a deep breath in.
And go.
I wouldn't go for a player like Gareth Bale or Cristiano Ronaldo when he was available and throw 100 odd million at him. I think a great player for us to sign, and a lot of people won't know about him, but Florian Thauvin from Marseille. He scored 25 goals last season. I've been monitoring him. 25 goals in the season and 11 assists. And I know it's the French league.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. Now, do you think
where does he play? What's his position?
You can stick Sanchez in that league. He would not score 25 goals in a whole season.
So he's a forward, is he?
Yeah.
Right. And because we don't know who you're talking about, do you think he would be able to cut it in the Premier League?
Well, he's actually a Newcastle flop. And
but you look at Salah, he was a Chelsea flop, wasn't he? Yeah. And they got a bit of a bargain over there.
Centre forward, we could turn him into a right back.
I'll put him in net.
Yeah. Anybody else? You keep? Cause you seem to have a lot of knowledge from me. Anyone else
get it all out, Tom. We got about 5 minutes left.
Come on, Tom. Anyone else we should be
not just for you, obviously.
Well, I think Bonucci's essential. Florian Thauvin only if Marseille leaves. And I think we need a left back. We need Alexandro, and that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, Sandro will be.
Sandro gets a lot of noise and it goes quiet again. Now there was a thing what we said about the kid from Madrid put a thing on, didn't he? About I'll see you soon to Ronaldo, the Brazilian kid, the left back. So you never know. Money talks, and Sam was saying before about the two up for sale at Bayern Munich, 2 quality players on the day, Lewandowski and Thiago. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a lot of movement. I just hope the size of our club, we should have something ready now. Not punching like Sam said before about the rush deal for Berbatov, the rush deal for Fellaini. We should have something in the pipeline now where we're at the latter stages now of getting these players over the line. And if it's not, we're going to be made to look very, very
personally,
stupid.
I'd want the signings for the tour, but the tour's already started.
Do you remember years ago, people used to slag off David Gill and have a go at him, but he got everything done before the ball was kicked. The players were in, they were signed, got into an house, happy days. That's what we need now at the club. Now, Mr. Woodward, I don't like him, as you know. He's a rugby man. He's great at getting sponsorships. He's either got to put up, do the business, or ship out.
Yeah, and ship out was a key word. Tom, thank you very much for your call, mate.
Cheers,
good man.
Tom.
Cheers, Tom.
Calling again soon, Tom. Thank you very much. Right, I think this might be our final caller. We don't know your name for this one. Ends in 946. Hello, mate.
Hello, hiya.
Hello, how are you doing, mate? What's your name?
My name's Ahmed. Hi, guys.
How you doing, Ahmed?
Good to see you,
Ahmed. Thank you very much for joining us at the Full Time Devils Takeover. What do you want to speak about today, mate?
Yeah, basically, I just want to speak about this summer is supposed to be like for us, and basically we're supposed to be doing a lot of business, but it's literally 2 weeks left. It's nobody to get excited about, only Fred.
And it is true. No one wants to get excited about.
It's like Webby said, Ahmed. He's got to, at this stage now, have something in the pipeline, and we don't know about it. He's got to, or else, unfortunately, we're going to be playing catch up, big time.
Yeah, I know. It looks like I don't have to really hope. Even you see the managers yesterday. He looked worried. I don't think so. Like they're getting what they wanted.
That's a good point. The manager's facial expression.
Yeah, but the thing is, Joe, if Mourinho don't get what he wants, he normally walks. Now, for me, if we're just going in with a young kid, the third choice keeper from Stoke, and Fred, he won't be happy, and he'll
alienate himself.
Yeah,
he'll do what he did to Lee Shaw, or only he'll do it on a bigger stage so that he can walk.
If it stays like this, then
if it stays like this, I'm walking.
What no more business is done. What happens in your mind for you as a United fan? Do you go into the season just not confident at all, not thinking you can do anything?
No, even like first couple, 3-4 games. To be honest with you, if we don't sign no one, I'll be worried. I'll be
very worried.
It's not much different.
I'll be very worried. Yeah. We can't win the league now with what we've got at the moment. Not a prayer. Nah.
So why is it taking?
Well, this is what we're saying. We don't know if he's already got something in the pipeline.
I personally think. I know there were certain players who are no longer at the club who used to tell the press who we were getting or tell someone. So it'd be common knowledge. You'd know your next door neighbour and know who was signing. That person has left the club, and I think all the ones who open their mouth who like to tell a bit and drop a few names who've left the club now. So I think it's harder for us, the United fans, to find out who we signed, because I remember being on the show when Sanchez, and we all thought we got to sit the next thing, because that's bang well up his sign for us. Hopefully in a couple of days we'll get up and we'll put Sky Sports News on or go on Twitter or whatever, and we've signed this player. And I think it's great that, and I think as a fan, if we don't know who it is, it gives us a bit of a lift.
Yeah, it gives us a bit of a boost, doesn't it?
But surely, like we said, they've got to have at least 2 lined up, 2 quality players. Otherwise, it's going to be one hell of a struggle all season. It's going to be a long season.
It's going to be a long season. As you know, they'll be over the next week or so. There's games that we played. United will be in action. You don't take a lot from it, do you? Fitness-wise, seeing if the players are good, seeing if Mourinho's going to try anything out. But I'm guessing the countdown is just on to our big game, and that's what we're really looking out for Mourinho to do the business before August 10th, where the Premier League is back on. 38 games to win it. How confident are you at the minute?
No,
I'm not. Not at all.
Okay, on that note, we're gonna.
I'm just being.
I can't argue with you. Can't argue with you.
I'm not as deluded as them lot up the road. I don't think we'll win it at all.
I can't argue with you there. Make sure you leave a comment on the video and call us, because a lot of people there were brand new callers. That's why because we kind of keep the names in the system. Make sure you're regular callers. Other numbers. Make sure we give you a call, because then if you come a regular caller, we get to know you, get your points across, and we like to keep track of your despair or your sort of happiness throughout the season. And we're back obviously not next Thursday, but Thursday after 6 o'clock. So set your alarms for that. And thank you very much to Webby and Sam, and for you for watching. Hit subscribe on Full Time Devils. Thank you very much.
Thank you.